Shankar Nagabhushanam, CEO, India Business Parks, Capital and Investment. Mike's on standby. We also wish to welcome all the members of the Capital and India Trust Board, our clients, our partners, and also our employees. To begin with, may I request Mr. Gauri Shankar Nagabhushanam, CEO, India Business Parks, to kindly deliver the welcome address.
Good morning, good afternoon, everyone. Honorable Minister Shri K.T. Ramarao Garu, Shri Amarnath Reddy Garu, Shri Vishnu Garu, Mr. Manohar Kiatani, our Senior Executive Director, Mr. Sanjeev Das Gupta, our CEO for India and for Clint, respected board members from Capital and India Trust, distinguished guests, our tenant patrons. It gives me great pleasure to welcome you all today, this afternoon, for the inauguration of International Tech Park Hyderabad, ITPH in short, and also for the commencement of our first data center project in Hyderabad. Capitaland has about a 20 years history in Hyderabad. We started with the Cyber Pearl in High Tech City way back in 2004. We then acquired Vandenberg IT Park, as it used to be called. It then became the V, and we call it the ITPH now. And in addition, we also have in High Tech City Avans, which is a special economic zone and among the fastest growing projects as well. Capitaland has been continuously expanding in Hyderabad, and we would like to thank the government of Telangana, particularly for our expansion here. Shri Chandrasekhar Rao Garu, the Honorable Chief Minister of the State, Shri K.T. Ramarao Garu, Honorable Minister of the State, for giving us all the support, and his able officers who have been supporting us implicitly over these past 20 years. Hyderabad, as you know, has grown tremendously, and we need to thank the Minister for that. It is not just the hard infrastructure in terms of your roads and flyovers and ring roads. It's also the soft infrastructure that takes place in Hyderabad, which is, it could be in skill development, or it could be the Telangana TSI pass, which sort of gives a self-certification for industries to set up quickly, or it could be the T-Hub, which is an incubator for new startups. Just to inform everyone, we signed our MOU with the Minister just about December 2022, and in about 9 months we have already launched the commenced the data center project. It's in a record 8 months, which is testimony for the state of Telangana. And we also take pleasure in telling that this ITPH Block A, which is being inaugurated, is already 100% pre-committed to some of the largest clients from across the globe. So we are very thankful to our tenants and also to our existing patrons in our ITPH business park. Also would like to thank our respected board members for supporting us in this journey in Hyderabad and giving us the backing to expand further in Hyderabad. With this, I would like to invite the Minister to give a few words to us today.
Thank you. Good morning. Thank you, Manoharji. Thank you, Jessica. Thank you, Sanjeev. Thank you, Gauri. Thank you, Amar. Thank you, Vishnu. And thank you to the entire family of Capitaland for showing up. It's a beautiful building. Firstly, compliments. I think redevelopment is not easy. And I was just talking to Mano and asking him how much money has he invested in Hyderabad so far, because that's my job, finding out, where his checkbook is and making sure that I get another check drawn out. So he said, my board is sitting right in front of me. So he said, I can't say it openly, and he basically whispered in my ear, saying that he's invested about $1.5 billion USD in Hyderabad. Thank you so much. I think that deserves a big round of applause. And what's even more heartening is he told me that another 40% of that, about 600 million, also is coming your way in the next foreseeable future. So, you know, it's just a testimony to what this city has in terms of a promising future. A day before yesterday, in fact, we had a group of 250 builders and construction companies from Maharashtra who we hosted here in Hyderabad. And one of the things that one of the leading builders from Maharashtra told me was, they went around Hyderabad for 3 days, and then he comes to me and he says, so what is happening in Hyderabad essentially is, what is being built here essentially is India's own version of Singapore. And I was so delighted because Singapore is a country that I look up to. Singapore is certainly a country that we all look up to. Singapore, Japan, these are the nations that have done tremendously well in our own, continent, Asia. And these are the countries we have so much to learn from. I have to confess, Mano, that while we were formulating our industrial policy in Telangana, we have looked at EDB, we have studied all the things that you guys have done in Singapore and have copied many aspects of it. We did not pay you for that, sorry about that. But we copied many aspects. Life is all about learning. Learning good things, picking up, imbibing the best elements of, and you also know that wise people learn from others' experience. You don't have to reinvent the wheel, you don't have to start from the scratch. So, have picked up quite a few things, and as Gauri said, I think Capital Land has been vested in Hyderabad for a very long time, and I also believe that they will continue to remain vested for the long term. The data center is coming up rather well, is what I was told. Buildings are looking swanky, and I'm sure you're going to add many more buildings to the skyline here. We also discussed a couple of other opportunities. Manu was surprised when I told him that we are the life sciences capital of not just India, but we are by far the most important life sciences hub, one of the most important life sciences hubs in the world. Hyderabad manufactures 1/3 of human vaccines, 33% of human vaccines. 9 billion doses of vaccines are produced from Hyderabad every year. By next year, it will be 14 billion doses. The reason why I'm mentioning is because your board is here. They need to know. The next time one of your children is getting a vaccine shot, or one of your employees is getting a vaccine shot, there's 1 in 3 chance could have been made in Hyderabad. We not only produce the largest number of vaccines in the world, we also produce 40% of India's pharmaceuticals. We also have the largest number of US FDA approved manufacturing facilities for any province in the world. We have the largest number, the second largest is New Jersey in the US. We have 214 US FDA approved manufacturing facilities. That number keeps growing, it's a dynamic number. New Jersey has 189. So one of the things I request Capital Land also to look at is investing in life sciences sector, because now lab spaces, which is what are required, in terms of a plug-and-play infrastructure for life sciences companies, are a huge draw, and I would urge you to consider looking at it. Manufacturing is important. As the world starts looking at the geopolitical situation, too much reliance on China, I think we are seeing increased interest in manufacturing in India. And one of the other things that could be of great interest to you, Mano, and your team is the possibility of setting up industrial warehouses, plug-and-play infrastructure for manufacturing companies. And that is again a great asset and a great investment for a company like Capital Land to look at. These are the 2 areas I would urge you to look at. What makes Hyderabad exciting? What makes Hyderabad very, very interesting and very, very attractive is not just the physical infrastructure. Hyderabad has got abundance of talent. The other day I was inaugurating a lab in Genome Valley, a new company called Chemo, which is a Spanish company. I was inaugurating their lab. So there was this gentleman who's actually the CEO of the company. He's a Spaniard. So he was there, we were talking, and I just asked him a very, very harmless, innocuous question. I said, so Lucas, are you investing in my state, in my city, in my country because of the labor arbitrage? Are you looking at this from a cost perspective? He said, no. It only costs 25% lesser for me. Of course, that's interesting. But he said, You're looking at this lab. If I have to fill the same lab in Spain, it'll take me a year. But if I have to fill the same lab in India, I can do that in 2 months. It's not just the talent, it's the abundance of talent, it's the availability of talented manpower that makes Hyderabad, Telangana and India very, very attractive. So my request to you, Mano, we have so many things to work on. We have great manufacturing opportunity as the world starts speaking about China plus one or moving away from China kind of a strategy. We also have huge opportunities in life sciences, in logistics, in industrial manufacturing, and the list goes on, data centers and everything else, of course. Right across the road, if you look at, you'd see the world's second largest campus of Novartis. That's the building away. Now, the reason why I mention Novartis is because they have 9,000 people working out of this building, which is right across the road. But out of these 9,000, only 400 actually work inside of a lab. The remaining 8,600 plus are working on computers, are basically working on simulations, are working on the digital intersection between technology and biology. That's what makes Hyderabad exciting. That's what makes India exciting. So my request to you, make this your hub in India. Do not look at Chennai, Bangalore or Bombay and other. We all make mistakes in life, I know. You've made the mistake of investing in other places. But make this your hub. Have a small little centers elsewhere in the country. But make this your one-stop shop. I assure you of full support. And as Gauri said, we work like a startup, we think like a startup. We are with you for the long haul. We believe in collaboration, we believe in partnership. I know that your entire board is here, so therefore I have I went beyond my brief to also make a pitch to them so that you don't have to do the hard sell the next time you're in the board. So thank you guys for visiting. I hope you enjoy Hyderabad. It's a beautiful city. It has got history, culture, heritage. There's plenty of shopping also to do, Jessica. And Jessica is the Deputy Speaker of Singapore Parliament, so I think please welcome her with a round of applause. She's also on the board. So I was just telling Jessica that Indian Parliament is debating the Women's Reservation Bill, which we of course welcome wholeheartedly, and we want to see more and more women leaders. And if I have to lose my seat for that, so be it. But the fact is, that's all right. That's all right. We all have a limited shelf life, which is fine. I think I've done my thing. But the thing is, Women's Reservation Bill, I think is an important milestone, and I'm glad you're in India witnessing it. So thank you again to the entire team of Capital Land for joining us, and onwards and upwards. Thank you.
So I'm not supposed to say anything, but after a speech like that, I have to reciprocate at least, So, yeah. So first of all, I just want to say that Capital Land has been in India for close to 30 years. And I was just sharing with Minister that in the last 10 years, we have become 3 times bigger than what we were in the first 20 years. So our commitment to India is unabated. And we are actually pressurizing the team to exceed their growth targets even more. And I'm not going to share with you who already know, what India is all about. I think it has never been a better time to be an Indian or to be in India, right? We all know that. So we are totally committed to India. And of course, within India, Hyderabad is a critical node for us. And some of my friends on the board had not been here for 5 years. And when we drove through the city, I think Kevin is one of them. He said, "Where are we?" Right? So all these things that that we have seen, the tremendous development in Hyderabad in the last 5 years 5 to 8 years has been one of a kind. I think it's comparable. I won't even say to Singapore. In Singapore, we can't build so many buildings so fast because we don't have the land. But the vision that you have had, I think it is comparable to any Chinese city when it was at the peak of its growth, right? So it's tremendous, right? And that is really the reason. The building that you are sitting in here was a over 30-year-old building called the V. It was the first multi-tenanted IT building anywhere in Hyderabad. It was a very green site, looked very nice, very romantic, but not state-of-the-art. So that's why we took a critical decision 9 years ago to rebuild this whole campus. And the original floor area was about it was only about 200,000 square feet, and when this whole complex is built, it will be about 5 million square feet. And this is the first phase, the 1.4 million square feet. And I was also sharing with Minister, we had some concerns because there was COVID, there were delays, there was some uncertainty. So we were not sure how long it will take to lease up the building. Partly due to the hard work of our team, but a lot also because of the attraction of Hyderabad, we were able to attract and fill up this building, and today it's 100% leased, and with great names. So I just wanted to add that, and I think we had a very interesting conversation. Definitely we'll take a look at logistics and industrial, as well as biomedical, and we'll see what the opportunities are. So once again, thank you so much for your support, your vision, your team has been great. We were sharing that the approvals for the data centers came as fast as it could be anywhere in the world. So we have lived up to it. Okay, good. Thank you very much. So thank you again. Yeah.
Just a 1-minute short film will be played, if you could. You can watch. Yeah.
We now request Mr. Manohar Ketari to kindly present a memento to the Honorable Minister. The memento that we are presenting is an intricately designed orchid flower, which is a symbol of Singapore's unity in diversity, along with the Ahimsa shawl. We now request the Honorable Minister and the guests on stage to kindly unveil the inauguration plaque of the International Tech Park Hyderabad project. To unveil the foundation laying plaque for our data center project in Hyderabad. May we request for a group photograph, please? Sanjeev. flag off the 4 ambulances donated by the Capital and Hope Foundation to the State Health Department. May we also request the Clean Board members to kindly join us.